Hi. So in this video, we will cover part-whole relationships questions. On your official SAT, you are likely to see 3 to 5 questions that ask you about the purpose of a particular sentence, quotation, or anecdote included in the passage. These questions are similar to the purpose questions but will focus on a smaller, more specific portion of the text. You might be asked questions similar to these. The question in the second paragraph, lines 8 to 10, primarily serves to, in context, the reference to A, lines 14 to 15, mainly serves to. Your job will be to identify the particular role played by the lines in question. In other words, do the selected lines support the points being made by the rest of the passage? And what is their function and what are they doing? So, what are the common errors? Number one, right detail, wrong purpose. Wrong choices might contain keywords or ideas that selected from the selected lines, but mischaracterize the point the author is trying to make. These choices can often be almost right or even half right before using one or two words that invalidate the whole choice. That is, they make the entire choice wrong. Purpose questions aren't asking you to summarize details, they want you to identify why the author included those details. Number two, extreme opinions. Wrong choices in part whole relationship questions will often have the general point that the author is trying to make and express it too strongly. For example, if an author expresses slight concerns or even a neutral opinion about a theory, a wrong choice might be more negative, claiming that the lines aggressively criticize the theory. Unsupported claims. So, some wrong choices will make sense but extend beyond what the relevant sentences cover. Don't select a choice just because you think the author would agree with the idea expressed. That may not be the purpose of the particular lines in question. So, what are the top tips and strategies? Number one, rephrase the question using your own words. And you can do it using how, what, and why. This tip has already been covered. Number two, read around the reference and make a prediction. Before looking at the choices, take a simplified version of the question back to the passage and read around the reference. Then answer the question in your own words. Finally, uncover the options and find a match to your prediction. Number two, answer the right question. So, too many, be wary of the choices that accurately reflect the content of the passage but don't address the purpose of the passage that you've been told to check. In other words, just because a choice is a true statement does not necessarily mean it answers the question. Make sure the choice you select focuses on purpose and not surface details. Number four, don't overthink it. Unless selected lines leave you completely puzzled during your initial reading, you likely already understand the purpose of those lines in context. So if the lines didn't feel out of place, that means you subconsciously understand why the lines belong where they are. If you can express that why in your own words, you'll have the answer to the question. Number five, circle the ands and the buts. The author often will supply all the cues you need to understand the purpose of any part of the text right around that text. These cues might include reinforcing continuation words like before, also, additionally, and furthermore. Right, these are called the ands, and contrast words are like however, although, insteads. These are called the buts. Understanding how these lines work in their immediate context will help illuminate how they relate to the passage as a whole. Right. So these are the tips and strategies that will help you to tackle with part whole relationship questions. In the next video, we will cover another question type.